I don't want to go overboard.
Just keep it clean.
The number one live show in the world, West Coast Pop Log Podcast. Coming to you from Pig Studios in Compton, California. Featuring radio personality Super Steve Flores. Comedian extraordinaire, that dude Johnny C. And Mr. I'll Do Anything for a Buck, Mario 81. So throw your dubs in the air and let's get ready to pop log.
Yo, what's up? It's that time again. It's the West Coast Pop Log Podcast coming to you live from a super secret location in Compton, California, here at Pig.
The PIGZ from the HOOD.
Hardsy.
Hardsy.
So hard.
It's another Tuesday.
Zed.
You could be at home doing something cool, but you're here with us.
Here.
That is cool. What are you talking about? Super cool.
Like something super cool, like, you know, hanging out with your chick. Or...
You hang out. There's some dude right now. He's there. There's like listening to his chick's like sucking on his balls.
Listening to us?
Yeah, and it's like, yeah,
right.
man, this is what Tuesday is supposed to be.
He's like, this is super cool.
Like, he's like, man, Tuesday is fucking nice.
just balls is just Tuesdays?
Yeah, it's just
Tuesdays is just balls?
Clean them up right now. Just ball washing.
Damn. We started to get
Podcast
hot.
and balls.
Yeah.
You got to rename this one, dude. Balls.
Yeah, it's just for relaxing. It's
So
not
is
for,
that-
you know what I mean?
it's
Just
not
for
even to get-
relaxing.
not-
no,
not-
no,
get off.
just for relaxing.
Oh, that's a
Like
relaxation.
give me a massage with your mouth on my balls.
All
what
right.
I mean?
All right. I like that.
No chance.
I mean, who doesn't like a good massage, right, Johnny?
I love a good massage.
Especially
People
on
pay
your
for 'em.
balls.
People pay for massages.
They
Absolutely.
do pay.
Yeah. This video is unavailable, bro.
Video unavailable.
Oh, what happened?
I don't know what's going on.
Oh no.
Yeah, on the Twitches. But everywhere else it's cool. We're on Facebook. We're on fucking YouTube. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
We're on Twitch, man.
But today we have a guest that has been here before. He was on with us when we had the van drivers, K-Rock van drivers, told all the stories about, you know, all the crazy shit we did back in the day. And now we have him on today talking about festivals. He's, you know, worked quite a few different festivals. Not only festivals, but like the Super Bowl.
Events.
Events. But Coachella's a big one out here.
That's a big event.
It's a huge one. And he's, you know, pretty much in charge of the camping.
Charge the whole thing. I heard. The
Yeah,
man.
he's the one that says what goes.
Right.
And if he says no, and no.
Lana Del Rey's like, I want some Pellegrino, and they're like, well, we got to ask Chuck first.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
He took the whole. There used to be a lake there. He said, "Fill it,
Get that thing out of
fill
here.
it, fill it with dirt."
Get that out of here.
And then he decided an hour later, you know what? Nah, I want it back.
And it's like, you know what? You know what we should start doing? Stagecoach should be the next weekend.
Yeah.
That was Chuck's. I heard that was Chuck's
yeah.
decision.
Yeah,
He made it 2 weekends instead of one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I heard
But welcome back, Chuck Adami,
Hey,
Thank
Chuck
you.
311.
Thank you.
Also owner of Boiler Room Creative Group, which started him off back in the day doing all his graphics, and that's how he got into the business, doing graphics and logos. And you've seen his work, I mean, on multiple Acoustic Christmas covers, stickers for K-Rock, Amp Radio. I mean, that's just the stuff that I know. I'm sure he's done quite a few other things that I'm not aware of. In
also
that sense.
newlywed. Congratulations.
Oh, yes.
Also
Yes,
newlywed.
thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Steve performed the ceremony.
I did.
That is
I
correct.
did. And I was gonna leave, bro.
This
As
is
soon as it was done.
this was the miracle of your wedding. This is how I knew it was good and
Right.
like a great time had by all.
Right.
When Steve was like, "No, I did not immediately leave.
Right.
I stuck around the entire time." I was
Yes.
like, "Oh my god,
Yeah,
there
yeah.
must have been like world-changing events going on here."
Yo, bro, it's just that it's your boy's wedding, dog. Do you just leave? You know what I mean? Like I could.
You're supposed to stay the whole
but
entire
your
time.
thought-
Right.
Normal.
Normal.
Everybody's normal.
Right.
The normal thing. Oh, this is one of my very best friend's wedding. I'm performing the ceremony.
Right.
I imagine I'll be staying the entire time.
I'm not normal.
As opposed
dog.
to you going, no, this is what I'm saying. As opposed to you going into it going, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes? Like, you know,
Right.
like,
Right,
like how
right,
long do
yeah.
I have to stay afterwards? 15, 20, do I have to wait for the toast? Like, how long
Right.
before I can bail?
And I know it was in
Go on.
Vegas, but it's not like it ended at 4 a.m. Like
Right,
we had
yeah,
the
I
venue
know.
till midnight. You know what I'm saying?
Wow, that's like early.
Yeah,
Was there another
yeah.
show right after that? Or
Yeah,
what?
exactly. Yeah. No, but we did have an after party.
Oh, okay.
But I was like, okay, like Knew Subaru wasn't gonna make it.
He
to
was
that.
like, I could be at home in bed.
Right.
At 3 a.m. if I leave.
Yes, yes.
The thought was there.
Yeah, with his roommate. With his roommate.
No,
You have to go check on things. You have to go
roommate at
check
the
on
time.
things.
No roommate at the time.
Yeah.
I really thought like, hey, you know what? 6 hours? Fuck, I'll be home quick.
Yeah.
I'll be home quick.
Wait, did you drive home that same night?
No,
right after
no,
the.
no.
Oh, okay.
He called
Hey.
the roommate. Was like, keep the popcorn warm.
Yo, dog,
I'll be right there.
I've driven for a lunch meeting to San Francisco and drove back home
Oh, shit.
because I wanted to sleep in my bed.
No, I get
You
that.
can take an airplane. They have a thing, it's called an airplane. They go there fast. And they come back.
I wanted to see I wanted to do the road. I like driving. I do like
Sure.
driving.
Driving's fucking.
Some people hate the fuck out of it.
Yeah.
I enjoy it. But yeah, I drove to Frisco, did a meeting at about like 11:30, 11:45. Finished it. All right, guys, I'm out.
So you
Boom.
drove like the night before.
No. I
No.
drove that morning like at 2 in the morning.
That's the night before.
2 in the morning.
That's the night before.
You were still asleep. I was driving to Frisco. I was
getting home.
Yeah, you're probably getting home. I drove there, drove back, and I was like, fuck it, fuck it.
I did that exact drive. I went up to get tattooed, and I had the appointment for fucking months. And I get up there, and we're about 45 minutes in, maybe. The dude gets a call. Some shit went down with his kid at school, and he was like, I have to go. I'm so sorry. And I was like, all right. And so he made an appointment and he left. Same thing, like left it. My appointment was like first thing, like 12:30 or whatever. So I leave like at 2 or 3 to drive up there, get tattooed for like 45 minutes. And it's like, all right, you're done. It's like, okay. And I like ate food and was like, all right, I guess I'll drive. Got back in so I was in San Francisco for like 3 hours, turned around like a fucking moron. Like a moron. I slept in front of I got there early because I got there I left like at whatever, 3, 4, and I ended up sleeping in front of the tattoo shop until they opened, and they got in there like, oh yeah, all right, what do you do? I was like, oh, go home. Cool, see you guys later. Thanks a lot.
I think it was a couple years ago. Steve hit me up. We went out there and we did. I forget what was the name of that racehorse place out there. Del Mar. No.
Secretary.
Golden Gate.
Golden Gate, and we did a sound and a show. We drove up the day before, got up early.
Wait. What did you call Golden Gate?
I don't know, Golden something.
Horse? Did you say a
He
horse?
said Secretariat or horse thing.
What was Golden Gate? The bridge.
No.
Bridge.
Golden Gate Field. It's a racetrack.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said Golden Gate Park. I was like, you're the one that
No,
named
no,
it. Okay,
no.
go ahead. Sorry.
And we went to go do a show out there, and we got up early the next day, set everything up, did the show, showered, and then we drove back, and you drove back that same day with us.
Yeah.
And that was what, like a 9-hour drive, 8-hour drive?
Yeah.
It was wild, man.
fucking Cody. I mean, fucking Cody. They just had the tattoo shop in Florida that he worked at. They just had their 35th anniversary or whatever it is. He has a 41 Buick, stock
Yeah.
41 Buick that he drove from here to Jacksonville and is now on the way back. 2,500 miles in this fucking thing.
Nice.
And they've had to stop multiple times.
Yeah.
Like it just, just shook something off. You know what I mean? It's like, what do you guys do? You guys are all lunatics. I'm scared of being out on the road, Even like driving from the furthest I've ever drove is Minnesota. Drive there and drive you back. And just when you're out in the middle of fucking nothing. When I drove back, I flew a girl out to drive back with me, and we were driving through South Dakota, and it's just flat and nothing. Like I think we were in South Dakota. One of those fucking states. The road, it just looks like a video game because it just goes straight as far as you can see. In either direction, there's just nothing.
Yeah.
And I told her, I look at her, I go, this is where I kill you, right? We don't have any cell phone service. We have shit. This is where I kill you.
I drove home from Seattle in the rain.
Fuck.
Coming through the mountains and shit. That was fucking crazy. I just stood right behind a big rig, and I just followed
Protection.
him. That's it. I'm following you, dog. I can't see to the right. I can't see to the left. I can't see shit. I'm on your ass all the way. I don't know where you're going, but that's where I'm going. Who knows where I would have ended up?
I do the same thing. Make sure that if anyone's gonna get hit, better be that truck. At least it's gonna bulldoze through whatever the fuck's stuck in front of it.
Oh, for sure.
Samuel Jimenez, what's up? ¿Qué onda, cabrones? I've driven from Oakland to watch a Raider game and drove back. same day.
Well,
Fear of flying, apparently.
Now that gets easier. You can drive to Vegas. It's a way shorter drive. That's like half the drive.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Way closer.
Well, Chuck, let's get into like some Coachella talk or some events or why the event. I know, I mean, I worked with you at K-Rock and you went over to AMP and started, you know, you were the main guy over there. But I know you do art and I know you do graphics. What pushed you into doing events and setting all that up?
Yeah, so I feel like most of it started when I was in, well, I mean, you know, when we were kids, we were promoting clubs. So like, you know, like our first job was like promoting clubs, like back in the rave days, like, you know, we were standing next to, you know, Pasquale from Insomniac and all those people that were like, you know, promoting clubs back then.
Were you cutting shapes?
Right. Exactly. But yeah, I think like our whole you know, love for events and doing all that was pretty early on, and yeah, I just always loved to, you know, draw, graphic design, all that stuff, and decided I was gonna, you know, go to graphic design school. And my first job, as you know, like actual design job, was with TMR magazine. You know, again, shout out Rad One. But yeah, being at TMR, we would do these other events and like we'd show up with the magazine and like set stuff up, and I just started to love that even more. And yeah, then we started working at K-Rock and, you know, opening my whole eyes up to like the whole promotion side and you know, what we're doing there with events and building upon that. And I think, you know, the crazy thing is my way into K-Rock was, as we talked about one time on this show, but with Lightning, Lightning needed a graphic designer. So I was the guy helping him out with some graphic design work. That's what introduced us to all the people like, at K-Rock. And I feel like it just kind of like kept growing from there. And, you know, it's not strange or weird to say, but like having like this graphic design eye on like putting events together, I feel like has kind of worked out in a great way for me. I mean, I'll put any kind of money down and bet that there's probably not another graphic designer out there that knows like what I know about producing events and putting events together.
Sure.
You know, so when I do get hired to design something for an event, like I'm looking at all aspects of how that's going to be put together, right? From signage that's going to go up, like I understand like how people will visually see it, like from a graphic design point, and also how it will be built, fabricated, and installed, you know, from a production side, right? And I feel like I just kind of kept building upon that, and I loved that side of it. And I think like even for anyone out there that just, you know, may enjoy graphic design or loves graphic design, I mean, I tell people all the time, man, like there's so many different things that graphic design can kind of lead you towards, right?
Sure.
Like there is like, you know, there's the whole fashion side of graphic design. There's, you know, the skate and music side, right? Like there's all these other different avenues, and, you know, I just happen to fall into like the event side of tying in graphic design work. And I think like it was always like my curiosity for learning and understanding things and building upon events and then doing events and being like, all right, how do we make that better? Like what happened here? Like I'm big on like I'll sit in a business meeting and I'll tell people, when you hire us, like Boiler Room Creative, when you hire us, you're hiring 20 years of mistakes. And like only if you've done events and you're in this world do you know what that really means. Like someone that hears that goes, if they go, hell yeah, man, I know exactly what you're talking about, like you're hired. Or do they go like, oh, I don't know, I don't think we should hire.
We don't want your mistakes.
I don't think we
This
should
guy's in
hire
here
this guy.
talk about mistakes.
Right. And it's like, but again, like if you have actually ever done an event, you know, like there's not a single person in this world that has done like big stuff that can tell you, dude, everything went perfect.
Right.
Day one, exactly how it was supposed to. Like, no, there's so much stuff that you have to be prepared for. And I love that side of it. You know, I love just kind of tying in all these things and looking at stuff. And it's a big, I completely enjoy the creative side of creating special experiences for people. But I also love like the challenges of stuff. And I mean, I know Mario works with us. You've worked with us out there too at Coachella, but like, so you like Mario's seen a little bit of some of this stuff because he comes in more on the show days, but you were there for a few years where it was like the whole run, you were out there 6 weeks, 7 weeks. Like, you know how hard it is. You know how
we're the first ones out there.
Yeah.
I thinking,
campgrounds.
I thought about you guys when I was in Austin seeing No Effects. I mean, I talked to Ramon about it because the night in between the two shows, there was a windstorm.
Oh, yeah.
That took down all the gate and flipped all these tents and all this shit.
Yeah.
And I saw him next day. Ramon looks like he's been up all night.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh man, this is events. Like this is boots on the ground shit right here. Like this, these are the things that you're talking about.
we had a year. We had a year where we clocked like almost 90-mile-an-hour winds at the top of the stage. It completely destroyed our site, like in between weekend 1 and weekend 2 of Coachella.
Destroyed.
And destroyed. Like we had to rebuild everything out in camping.
Do you guys leave a skeleton crew out there in between the weeks?
Oh, we're all still there.
Oh, you guys are still
our whole
the whole
crew.
time?
Our whole crew arrives like early March or mid March, and we don't leave till
No shit.
May. Yeah, till the beginning of May. So we're like, I personally live out there for 6 to 7 weeks, right? Like
Jesus
our core
Christ.
crew.
He's
gets
there
out
now.
Yeah.
Really?
Like I drove here for this. Also, because of our boy Oso that you guys were talking about last week, but like Oso was like, "Let's go, let's do another podcast," and then it was like, Steve was like, "You want to come back out?" And I'm like, "Hey, it was our boy's dying wish. Let's do it," you know. But yeah, like we're out there right now, and yeah, but that time that the winds came through, dude, it was ridiculous. Like I have photos and video.
You had to rebuild the whole thing.
Yeah, and the crazy thing is like, it was back when we used to do teepees. Around the lake.
Yeah.
Like we literally built teepees. Like we even had Crazy Horse from Neil Young and Crazy Horse at Desert Trip came out and like showed us how to do them properly, like the Native American Indian way. So like these were legit teepees. And that year that the
yeah, that's why you guys got conquered.
Yeah,
these fucking teepees.
Yeah, exactly.
Ain't a whole little wind.
Exactly. But no, man, like the teepees were like ripped from their bases, like. The whole site was just, all the tents were destroyed. There was a McDonald's billboard that flew off the 10 freeway up in the air and landed in our Lake El Dorado area at Coachella. Like, and yeah. And so we had weekend 1, everything was all good. Monday comes, all the campers have to leave. That Monday night or Tuesday, I think it was, winds came through, destroyed everything. We had Wednesday to basically rebuild it.
Sure, because they're getting there on Thursday.
And then they come in on Thursday morning at.
So weeks of building.
Yeah.
You had to redo overnight, basically.
Yeah.
Woo!
And dude, remember Three Amigos, the movie, when they got all the seamstresses out there and they were making all the Three Amigos costumes?
So like the wind.
Yes, it was exactly that, bro. Like we had called like a bunch of like seamstresses in the Coachella Valley. They came out, they set up shop, all the tents that got destroyed, like a bunch of like little ladies right there, like just like stitching them up. And like, dude, as soon as they were done, we were like, literally like in a movie, pass it down the line, throw it on the tent frame. Like next one, throw it. No, it was right there in where they're being built in our Lake El Dorado area. They set up shop, like didn't even have to drive away. They was just like
there.
Right there, handing it down, putting it on, like handing it over and putting it on, like. Yeah, it was crazy. But, yeah, I mean, and like Steve was saying, like, events, like, all over the country. Is nature
the biggest thing?
Yeah. I mean...
Well, heat and then wind.
Well, that's all nature.
Yeah, heat, wind,
yeah.
I mean, there's, the craziest thing is even, like, fires, right?
Sure.
Like, I mean... I'm not saying anything that's like super top secret, but like, cause it was like all over the news like a few years back, but like, yeah, we've had like, there was 1 year that there was like a food vendor that had like a trailer with like an external generator, and like, we don't allow that at all. Like, this is also why like, public service announcement, this is why there's freaking rules when you go to festivals, right? But like, there was an external generator and the dude tried to fill it with his gas tank and or like his gas can, and the fumes ignited.
That's what it catches on fire. Gas don't catch on fire. The fumes catch on fire.
Yeah, the fumes ignited, and he panicked, and he pulled it out, and when he pulled it out, he like sprayed
Jesus
the RV next
Christ.
to him.
Oh no!
Like, dude, and we have like
And instantly, that's
Instantly.
a forest fire. You know what I mean?
Instantly.
Like, that's a brush fire.
instantly all the RVs that were right there instantly caught on fire. It was during the day, but there was people sleeping that work overnights, so they were sleeping in their RVs. We had dudes on our team like banging on doors, like literally pulling people out of their RVs, like,
Oh,
"Yo,
shit.
you're about to burn up." And the crazy thing is the thing that put it out was a water truck, like
No shit.
like not a fire truck,
Yeah,
but
no,
like
the truck with water in
yes,
it.
the truck with water that like sprays the roads to keep the dust down.
Yeah.
Like that was the first thing that just so happened to be there. Water truck like backed up, just turned on its freaking like water cannons that are meant to spray the road, and it just like put the
That
water
was
out.
it.
And then the fire department rolled up and
We got it,
the whole
man.
thing.
We
Yeah,
got it.
By
yeah.
the way, leave it up to the production people. Like, we don't need a fire department. Fuck that. We got this.
We fix
Hold
problems.
on.
Yeah,
That's
we-
all we do. Overcome obstacles.
Yeah.
And you know what's crazy? It is the most thankless fucking job for the type of event and environment that shit is. People don't know the struggles that one got to go through to put on these fucking incredible shows. Like, they don't know.
It's honestly, man, like it's crazy. Like I mean, I'm very fortunate that I've like gotten to this level where I'm at. So like I'm in all these meetings, I'm seeing all this stuff, I'm seeing everything that's being built like from the ground up and from the inside, right? And like it's awesome, man. Like I'm super proud of everything that we do, at Golden Voice, Coachella, and even a lot of the other like smaller things that I work around the country. Like, we always are trying to make sure that everyone is safe, and we lived in a messed up world, man. So it's like you can never be too safe. But like Coachella, I gotta admit, dude, like as positive or negative as you want to be about Coachella, like some people that are like, oh, it's freaking just a bunch of Instagram people, blah, blah, celebrities, whatnot, it's like other people that are like, oh yeah, it sucks, but oh my God, it's so amazing, whatever, right? Like, I feel like out of everyone that I work with, like Golden Voice cares, like they do it right. And they really, really don't like cut corners on like safety, public safety.
Sure.
Like you have some really, really smart heads like in these rooms putting these things together, just to make sure that everything operates and works right and everyone's safe. And and like I know a lot of us like that go to these festivals, we're like, oh dude, that sucks, I can't bring this or I can't bring that. Like people always have issues with our rules on things.
Let's hear some camping rules. What are the rules? I want to know the rules.
No stakes.
No
stakes.
fires.
Actually, that's a funny thing too. Is like at Coachella, no metal tent stakes, and the main thing is because it's actual polo fields. So if you leave your metal tent stake in there and a horse steps on it, that horse has got to go.
Sure.
So the funny thing is we throw that out to people all the time. They're like, why can't I bring that in? And we're like, you want to kill a horse? And they're like, oh,
What does that
no,
do
no,
with
no.
anything?
Yeah. Oh yeah, you throw an animal in there, and
So
then
what kind of
really
stakes do you stake your tank?
They just have to use like plastic stakes and whatnot. But like,
What other rules?
there's-
What are the other rules?
I will say like it's nothing out of like the ordinary stuff. I mean, there's
Can
a
I
lot
bring
of
a gun?
exactly, man. Yeah. No, but I mean, it's like there's stuff that like there's not really anything that's like crazy out of the ordinary,
Yeah.
right? Like, and even like electric bikes, like that was something that was like in the
shit.
past because people were like when they were first kind of coming out, they were too fast.
Yeah.
Right. So people were like jumping on them and going 30 miles an hour, blasting through people walking around. Right. But I mean, now it's kind of hard for us to stop them. Plus, they've kind of like regulated them a little bit more. Like
It's harder-
Stagecoach.
It's harder when it's like this is just a piece of the world now. Like people ride these fucking
Totally.
things. Like this is
Absolutely.
You tell us we can't have our phones next.
Right.
Like this is what
Right. And it's crazy things like that. Like there's like, how do you keep up with a lot of these like rules, right?
Sure.
Like it was like no like giant, PA speakers. So like we didn't want people to like be setting up like these big giant like things and then having their neighbors complain like, cause you're camping there all weekend.
Yeah.
Right. And like if you get placed next to some dude that has this full
Some
fucking
fucking
like
lunatic.
stage setup, you're like, this sucks, right? So then it was like, all right, like Bluetooth speakers, like only this size or whatever, right? Like JBL pill or whatever, right?
They're still loud as fuck.
That's what I'm
Now,
gonna say.
now you get
Yeah.
that. That's like fucking.
Dude.
You hear that from a block away, man.
Those like Ion block rocker or whatever that you can get at like Costco, right? Like we used to be like, hey, you can't bring those in. They were like, whatever, like 2 feet tall, whatever,
Now it's in
right?
your pocket.
And now, now like they have these tiny ones that are just as loud, if
Like,
not
where the
louder.
fuck's that sound coming from?
That's what we use at the Rumble.
Right, exactly.
2 block rockers.
But no, I mean, I don't know. I think like if people really truly knew what goes into putting these things on, things that you don't think about. Our other buddy Billy that we know, shout out to AMS Event Rentals. They
Cool
do all
Bill.
Cool Bill. They do all the fueling, right? So you don't think about like how much diesel fuel it takes to run the
bunch.
generators, the light
Lights.
towers, all the equipment, all the heavy equipment. Like, I mean, we're talking hundreds of
showers.
thousands of gallons
Yeah.
for some of these big shows,
Jesus
right?
Christ.
Like, so I mean,
They bring like a tanker? Like, how does that work?
yeah, so there's like giant tanks on site, and then the fuel trucks like come in and they'll fill those tanks, and then they go drive around and they top everything else off as it burns. So it's like, there's all these things out there to try to like be more environmentally conscious and
Sure.
friendly, but it's like at the same time, like if you really break it down and think about it, we're building a city
Oh, yeah.
that's like fully self-contained, right? Like at Coachella, like we have our own cell towers, our own, power, right? All the generators that are there are powering up that, right? Even Coachella has well water. So
Yeah.
like there's a lot of stuff there, like our own internet, our own like everything. And then plus you were talking about like fire, police and all that. Like if something happens on site, like it's faster for them to respond on site because we basically have like our own police,
Right.
our own fire, our own sheriffs. Like we have, city managers, like all kinds of people that are all there. And like, it's awesome, man. Like, it really is like, people's public safety that we're really, that we take serious. And
You have to.
Yeah.
Like those are the people coming back next year.
Right.
Like that's the most. We got them here this year.
Right.
The most important thing is fuck today, but tomorrow.
Yeah.
Next year is the most important thing, and we start killing fools. They're
Right.
not gonna come back next year.
Right.
So,
Well, and even
like,
especially out in camping, I mean, we like, we always talk about how, and Steve knows this, but like they come in super early Thursday morning,
Yeah.
and they don't leave till Monday afternoon, right?
Get out.
We have them the entire time, right? The venue just borrows them for a few
Sure.
hours. You know what I mean? Like the venue has top priority, right? Like because
you-
that is where Beyonce's performing. That's where Lana Del Rey's performing. That's where all the headliners are performing inside the venue. But everyone
But they
that we
live
have,
with you.
yeah, they live
Yeah.
with us. So they're like under our care for that entire time, and we take that serious.
and you get them at their worst.
Oh, absolutely.
You get
absolutely.
them. You get them at their. You get them coming back from that thing all.
Yes.
Either
Yeah.
drunk or on drugs or
Absolutely.
fucking, or at the very least tired,
Right?
probably dehydrated.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, even if sober. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Cranky.
Yeah.
Hungry, dirty. You know
everything,
what I mean?
everything.
Yeah.
I was in charge of fencing, so every morning I'd have to cruise around to see where they cut, what they flip, because
Yeah.
they don't want to walk around.
Yep.
They want to go straight through the fence.
Yeah, yeah.
So they're cutting fences, they're breaking locks, they're fucking.
Yeah.
And it's like as much as you were talking about, you got 20 years of mistakes. There's people coming to Coachella year after year that are like, next year I'm bringing some fucking wire snips. Or
Oh, no,
Oh,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
They're
yeah.
like, next
There's-
year
Yeah.
we're walking right through this bitch. Fuck
I'm going to
that.
hide them right here in this bush.
Right, so they're
Yeah.
coming.
They'll
They're
come
coming
back,
just
snip,
as
snip.
they're coming
Yeah.
just as prepared.
Oh
you know,
yeah.
like-
I mean, and those people love to tell you that too. Like they will tell you how long they've been going.
Yeah,
How
yeah.
how they know way more about that site than you do. Like all that stuff. Like, and I will say, like, not to like back up too much, but even my start at Coachella, like Coachella has a really, really special place in my heart. Like I was at Coachella in 1999 as a fan of Rage Against the Machine. Like my high school girlfriend bought me tickets because it was in October that year. And my birthday is in October. So she was like, got these Rage Against the Machine tickets. They're playing like out in
Out in
Palm
the desert.
Springs
Yeah, they're, like,
or
playing out in the
somewhere.
desert.
Yeah. And we were like, all right. She had like a Blazer at the time. We like drove her Blazer out, like slept in her Blazer and like just went to this random, didn't know what it was, you
Yeah.
know, but we just knew Rage was there, Tool was there, Rozelle, whatever, like all these like dope artists that we knew were performing. And then it didn't happen in 2000. 2001 is the only year I missed, and then 2002 we started working at K-Rock. So like,
We used to give away mad tickets on the streets.
dude, I was telling someone that recently.
Giving away.
mad
Check
tickets.
stacks that we couldn't give away. Like I tell people, I even told the guy that created Coachella, I was joking with him like when I was talking to him recently. I was like, dude, I remember back when we were at K-Rock and I had stacks of paper Ticketmaster tickets to Coachella. We'd be on the streets like, all right, who wants tickets to Coachella? And people would be like, what?
What the fuck is Coachella?
Yeah, like what?
It's too
Like,
far.
Yeah, why would I
yeah,
go? Why would
They'd
I
be like,
go
what
to
is
Palm
that?
Springs?
Yeah, what is that? Where is that? Coachella? What? Like Palm Springs? Nah,
Hey,
I'm
that's when
good.
it was hot
I'll,
as fuck.
I'll take the K-Rock t-shirt. Yeah.
Can I have a bumper
I'll take-
sticker?
Can I just get the shirt? Like, yeah, no.
Dude,
Yeah,
that's when
it was hot.
That's when it
like,
was hot as fuck, bro.
And it's funny, like, so that first year that we worked, like, Super and I, it was one of our very, very first big like gigs that we did. Like, we got hired. We were hanging out with them in 2001, end of 2001. 2002, we did like a Valentine's Day thing, like singles party.
With
it was like
fucking
our
chainsaw.
big one. Yeah. And then we did, so, and that was February, obviously, right? And then March and April came, and then that's when Coachella was. So, like, that was that year.
New booties, ready
that,
to go.
Yeah, that year, like, K-Rock did this big, like, Camp K-Rock thing, like a bus.
They lit a fucking tent on fire, bro.
Dude,
Yeah.
it was
crazy.
Dude, the stories that we have from that year, like,
Well, that's what you
homeboys losing their virginity, like,
That's what happens when
what's
you.
up, Crow?
That's what happens when you start giving people tickets away. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Wild shit happens when you start giving people.
There was a
start
guy
giving shit
when we
away.
got to the parking spot. We all parked at the Long Beach airport, and this guy named Crow that worked with us was talking about how his chick wasn't hooking up with him. He was a virgin and she wasn't. Sorry, Crow. I haven't seen you in years.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
well, what are you gonna do?
This is your story, man.
I also would have told the story. So fuck you.
Yeah.
I also would have told the story for sure.
So he was there and he wanted to lose his virginity or with her, but she kept teasing him and shit. Something like that. That's how the story went. Well, on this trip, he lost it. On this trip,
Yeah.
he lost it at Camp Coachella.
Hell yeah.
Or Camp K-Rock. Camp K-Rock.
Yeah,
K-Rock
Camp
at
K-Rock.
Coachella.
Yo,
And it
and
was like-
then, but this is the kicker, bro. I was in the RV and the shit starts fucking moving. What the fuck? Someone comes in, opens the door, and it's him. Well, when he was done, he gets on the phone and calls his lady crying. Like, I'm sorry I did this.
Oh my
Man.
god.
Damn, Steve put him on blast.
That
If
was
you're
for
gonna
Oso,
do
bro.
it, just do it.
That was for Oso.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can not do it.
Yeah.
You can not do it. If you can, but if you're gonna do, you don't call your chick afterwards. And cry.
No, like right after.
Like while the chick's still sitting
No,
there.
no,
like,
the
"Oh,
girl's there and she's looking at him like, oh, you're in a relationship?
like,
What the hell?
this is not the time to bring that up.
The crazy thing, though, I will say, is like all those years that we were
I almost said
that
her
we
name
had,
too.
we had a setup for K-Rock, right? And we were like in the very beginning of all of it. Like, our boss was the one that was like helping to really promote,
Sure.
like, right? So our old boss, Amy Stevens, she was like good friends with the dudes that all started Coachella and Golden Voice and all that. And so, like, she really fought for like K-Rock to do a big promotion for this show that no one had heard of.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like unheard of, right? Like in the radio world, like you don't do like multi-week long promotions for something that's like not
No one
big.
knows what
yeah,
it
no
is.
one knew about it. But she was like, yo, I believe in it, whatever, right? So we were running these like week-long promotions, doing stuff. And so yeah, like, so K-Rock was there at Coachella from the beginning, like helped, like,
We would have out the programs.
yeah.
There
Yeah,
was this
we
one
had-
year, I don't know if Chuck built it or Jenner, I don't know who the fuck built it, but whoever fucking built it, fuck you. They built our tent, but with one wall or two walls that were see-through. So there was no shade on it or nothing,
Yeah,
just see-through plastic,
yeah.
and it fucking made the inside of that shit so
It heats
fucking
it
hot.
up,
Oh my
yeah.
So
god!
here's I'll give you a little bit of background on
I
that.
don't know who this guy or Jenner did it. I can't remember who the fuck did it.
20 years
but
of mistakes. That's
20 years of mistakes. 20 years of mistakes, bro.
that almost killed people though.
Yeah, it was like a boiling water fish tank,
Oh
bro.
my god!
So here's the thing, right? So at a certain point, Coachella started getting bigger,
Yeah.
right? And I mean, hey, I'm just gonna put it out there, like K-Rock became kind of like the nuisance, right? Like we were like,
Hey, we've been here since the beginning.
We've been here since the beginning.
You know what it reminds me of? Tap Out in the UFC. When the UFC was like, it's cool, man.
Right.
And Tap's like, what?
Pretty
We've been here since fun. They're like,
Pretty
yeah,
much.
cool.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, we basically became fucking Tap Out, right? So, but no, we were like, hey, we're going to be here. Like, we thought, you know, we're K-Rock. Like, we always carried this whole thing, right? Like, not to sidetrack, but like even Steve and I would go to like a bar, any bar in Southern California and be like, yo, Kevin and B want to broadcast live here.
Right, done.
Dude, done. Anytime. What day? Just let us know. Like, whatever you guys need, right? Towards the end of us leaving K-Rock, it was like, hey, K-Rock, you know, we want to broadcast live here. And they're like, who? Like, what? Like, you know? And so, it's Ghost.
Yeah,
and
Ghost?
so, no. They're like, and, but no, like, and I feel like towards, like, there was a weird little time there where, K-Rock, we were just a freaking nuisance, you know? And
so
like,
funny.
we didn't realize this. We were just like, we want to set up, we're going to do this. This is what we're going to do. Right. And it just became like crazier and crazier. So then it was like Coachella, like, I don't know if anyone's ever noticed this, but when you go there, there's like no branding. Like, it's very rare, right? So you have like Heineken House, or you have like these certain other ones, but like it's very protective of what it is, right?
Yeah.
Like it really truly tries to stay true to like, come here and enjoy the music.
Yeah,
enjoy
it's
the
not
experience.
Coachella brought to you by Verizon.
Right.
Yeah,
It's not like Verizon, Heineken, blah, blah, blah. Like, it's not like a ton of branding, like, all in your face. It's like...
You know what? You're so right. Because even the food court area, that shit just looks like regular, I don't know, like
at a carnival.
Yeah, like carnival
Right.
style. Like, oh, okay, instead of it being, I know it's someone's shop from whoever the fuck. Like, it's just...
They have their name up there, though, right?
So yeah, in like VIP area, they'll have like some big name restaurants that'll have like their name or whatever, but it's like
I wasn't allowed in that area, I guess.
Super clean. Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
No,
for
but
a reason.
everyone has the same like billboard up. The same, like, you know, little sign.
But even like, but you are right. Like in the GA over where you belong.
Yeah.
There's like, it's like pizza.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Mario, eat your pizza here. Yeah.
One slice.
Yeah, we got eyes on you. But
we had Hungry Harris on. He was letting me know about the crazy speakeasy underground bar. I don't know what the fuck.
Yeah.
You're not
What?
allowed there either.
Yeah, I'm not allowed
yeah,
there
you're
either.
not allowed
What the
there
fuck,
either,
man?
bro. Yeah.
Bullshit.
But no, so the like to cap off that story though, they basically told us for many years like you cannot have any K-Rock branding on your tent. So for many years we tried to get creative about how we were gonna like brand this, and one of the years we were like, I know, let's do a fucking clear wall, and then we'll put a big K-Rock logo inside. So I don't know. I think I did like a one clear wall.
Well,
They're like, you know what's better than one clear one? You know what's twice as good?
All of them clear.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
But someone else after me, you guys did an entire clear bubble.
No, but then there was also like the top, like, oh, don't cover the top, just do a mesh. Fuck you, dog. The sun comes through mesh very easy, bro.
No problem.
Yeah, that's why I don't wear a mesh fucking tank top or a mesh fucking, jersey.
And what's crazy is like there was actually a good Oso story. We had just started, and our boy Mark Hoke, Oso that you guys were talking about, was there working with us, and I took the K-Rock box truck like towards the end of the night. Like I took it back to the hotel, and I don't know, was doing whatever stuff, right? And then like I was driving back and didn't realize that on the egress, like when everyone's leaving the show, they shut all the streets down so that it's all one-way traffic only, right? And like it is the worst if you're trying to get back to site, but it's great for everyone that's trying to leave, right? Like, hey, get these cars out of here. I mean, you got, however many, there's, 125,000 people at Coachella, right? And so I was trying to like drive back in, and there was all these cops like, nah, like, you're not coming through here. And I'm like, oh, bro, K-Rock, like, I'm in a K-Rock freaking giant box truck, And dude, I found my way through that freaking neighborhood real quick. And I had Oso blowing me up, dude.
You wanted to go home.
Dude, he was so pissed. Like calling me, like all this stuff. And I'm like, there's like all these streets, like, and it's funny because like every time I see these streets now, like it still freaking makes me laugh. But like backstage of main stage is like the main avenue, right? And there's all these other little side streets behind that. Somehow I like wiggled my way in to like the backstage area, and like I had my credentials and stuff, right? But still I shouldn't have like been going through that way. And finally like somehow popped into like one of our main gates, and like just Oso was texting me, bro, if you're not here in fucking 5 minutes, I'm fucking beating your ass. Like all this like, and again, like I know we talk about how much we all love Oso, but he was fucking scary.
Sure.
Biggest teddy bear, but scary as
bear.
fuck. Yeah.
By the way, I don't think there's ever been one Oso story where he was not angry in that fucking story.
Right.
Angry.
Right. And so well, this story gets better. So I've like popped through, and the fields are clear, right? Like everyone's gone, so I'm not like hurting anyone. But I'm in the K-Rock box truck, just doing like fucking 50 miles an hour across the fucking polo fields, like right in front of main stage. Because like back then you had main stage on the north end, and then the K-Rock booth was right just south of it. So like right across from it. Like we could stand at the K-Rock booth and see main stage, right? So I'm flying across the field, like giant dust cloud behind me in this huge fucking K-Rock box truck. And I pull up, and Oso's just standing there smoking a cigarette, staring at me, shaking his head, and he just starts fucking laughing. And then like I get out, and I'm like, I made it. I made it in the time that like, and I'd like try to give him a hug, and he like gave me a hug, and then he like just pushed me away. Yeah. And I was like, yes.
Load this shit up.
Load this shit up. And then he made me fucking load it all up by myself.
It's wild in that situation how quick you go from pissed to all right. Like once he gets there, it's like, all right, you're here now. I'm not even mad about it anymore. Let's do what we do. But the minutes before you're there, those are the longest minutes. But just pace this mother. God damn it!
Yeah, I would say though, man, like there's so many like, again, that's why I was like started the whole conversation of like Coachella has a special place in my heart personally, from that first time I was there to all my years at K-Rock, and us like just thinking like, oh yeah, we run this spot, like, oh, K-Rock,
we
did though.
Yeah, we did. And in ourselves, like to ourselves.
At the beginning, bro.
But I'm just saying, like, there's a lot of international people, obviously, that go to Coachella, right? And we're sitting there like, oh, we're K-Rock, and they're like, what the fuck is K-Rock?
Yeah, I don't know.
You know what I mean?
Like,
hey,
we're K-Rock, and it's cold in here. We have AC.
Yeah, we were like the only tent that had AC, right? So it was like, okay, it was like the spot to like go and hang out and chill.
Everybody be laying down in there, dude.
Oh yeah, everyone's sleeping, like, but even all that stuff. I mean, and it's cool because I will say, like, our other boy Natter that runs camping with me, like he is our director of camping. Like I know we were making jokes about like, everything running through me, but like, so in 2016 when I left radio, I was helping out our boys Brian and Natter that run P2 Entertainment. They used to be the production managers for Guerrilla Union, and then I started kind of like helping them out because Steve and I used to hire them to build all of our stages and all of our stuff for Weenie Roast, Acoustic Christmas, and all that, right? And then when I left radio, they were like, yo, why don't you come, help us out? And I was like, all right, cool. Like, I'm down. Like, I'll start from the bottom. So, I mean, I was doing like, stagehand work, like pushing crates, like anything and everything, building, trussing and staging, lighting, like doing all this stuff that, like, you kind of do starting from the ground up, right? And I was like, I'm just going to pay my dues here, and started doing all that. And then Natter was like, yo, like, you want to come help me at Coachella? Like, I need an assistant. I was like, yeah, let's do it, So the funny thing is I hadn't even left radio yet. Like, and Brian was like, both Brian and Natter were like, yeah, we need to start including you on some emails for Coachella. And I'm like, well, dude, I don't want to like no one knows that I'm completely leaving radio yet, So like, I created like this like Gmail, like, and
not
like,
Chuck and
not me, like wink, and like, but then, then I just started like doing more and more with him. And I will say, like, when I got in there, it was a good blend, like, kind of going back to, like, event work and how to, like, kind of expand with events. Like, honestly, the thing that I did that first year, like, he was like, come in, take a look, like, what can you do, you know? And, like, how can you improve this? And I kind of took, like, from a graphic design creative side of, like, the flow of the whole place, and then also just even, like, corporate radio side and, like, structure, right? Like, back when I joined Natter, like, mad props to Natter, because he was, like, running everything, like, pretty much by himself. Like, he would get a couple of bodies in that would kind of support stuff.
But he was running.
But he was doing it all by himself, dude. Like, and I'm talking marking porta potties on the ground, marking fence lines, like running over here, doing this, getting a vendor, bringing them in, doing this, making sure that's built, like just all over. And he was handling it, but it was just like, dude, we were like morning to like night all day, every day. And so after my first year, I was like, yo, we're not doing this. Like, I'm gonna bring in Steve. He's gonna be just only focus on fencing. I'm gonna bring in this dude. He's only gonna focus on like porta potties, showers, whatever. And like, we just started structuring it all out to where it was like, all right, like that's all you're doing. Like, you're paying attention to this. Like,
well, that's not all you did though.
Right.
But that's what you were worried about.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And so you had to fucking pick up fucking those at the Lake El Dorado when you built those the not the teepees but the other ones.
All the tents. Oh yeah.
We had to do the platforms.
Yeah.
God damn, them shits were heavy.
Oh, they're doing them right now.
Oh, okay.
Like, that's what I've been doing with the last week and a half, is them building those platforms. Those platforms are still there.
Hey, dude, shout out to fucking Batman and Robin, bro. Two Mexican dudes that put down fence like nobody's fucking business. In the heat. Two dudes. Robin. That's what I called them.
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably Juan and Hector, but
duo.
It was Batman and Robin, because those motherfuckers, I'd be like, hey, I need a mile of fence here. Cool, fucking boom. And they, dog, bro. They fucking put it down.
Hey, I will say, like, unsung heroes of any music festival across the country.
Mexican!
Like, Mexicans, yeah.
Porta potty people.
Dude, I'm telling you. Like,
Porta potty people.
Porta potty, fencing, like, all the dudes that come in. Yeah.
The guys that aren't even, like, work for Coachella, they work for other companies that come in.
Independent contractors that are coming in.
Yeah. And most of them don't get to stay and watch the show.
Right.
Like,
and you ask, can I stay? Fuck, no, you better get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
No, but
but come back, we're out of toilet paper.
Yeah.
But the biggest unsung hero is that lady that used to sell burritos and shit.
Oh, she was there this morning.
Was she? Hell yeah.
She's still there, bro. She's still there.
You can order your shit too, like how you want it.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so it'd be like
Mario just be like, give me meat. All I want is meat. This food, I don't even want to get into it. Just Mario eats a burrito. It's meat and a tortilla. That's it.
Yeah,
like a brick,
like
a giant
brick. What else
brick.
do you need in it?
I don't want to get into the plethora of ingredients that you can put inside of a burrito.
If the meat is fucking amazing, it will stand on itself. Anything else to enhance.
She would bring breakfast burritos, Gatorade, chips, all kinds of shit.
And a little cooler, and the cooler in the back of her Ford Explorer.
Yep. I don't know her name, but
she was there this morning. I was driving through, and I like saw her right there, and I was like, oh, first I saw like a big old line of people, and like homeboys like chilling under the trees and stuff, and I'm like, what's going on over here? Yeah, I was like, what's going on over here? And I like look over, and I'm like, oh, she's back?
Yeah, foil paper, wrapped
up. Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Come on. I might just go for that.
The good stuff,
I'll be there on Friday. On my Friday, I'm going to roll in.
Yeah. The good stuff. I mean, but honestly, though, yeah, like our boy Brian runs all the like, basically trash and recycling, right, at Coachella. And like,
is he in the mafia?
Actually, it's funny you say that, because there is one dude that does it, that does something like that.
Yeah, they're in the sanitation business.
Exactly.
I've seen The Sopranos.
Exactly. But no, those dudes, man, those dudes work their ass off. Like, there's times where like I'm super proud of our crew and like how hard our crew works, and
that includes you, Mario.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Oh.
No. He was good.
Yeah.
But then you see those dudes and you're like, man, those guys are everywhere, and like they're like picking up these giant bags of trash and like just stuff like dripping down their backs, and like you're just like, damn, bro, like, and they're like super cool. Like, you talk to them like, oh, what's up? What's up? Like, don't give me a hug though, but yo.
Yeah, get out of here. Keep your hug.
But no, man, like,
and Brian takes care of them, bro. They always had barbecues
and
shit, and I'm like, hey, Chuck, where the fuck's our carne asada, bro? Right? What the fuck? I'm gonna go dump trash.
Yeah. No, Brian's a man, dude.
Yeah.
Like he's been around a long time, and he's super proud of his team and what they've done there.
Even Natter, bro. Shout out to Natter, bro. Hanging out with that cat over there all the time. He's a cool ass dude. Always treats you well, and takes care of his crew.
Yeah.
Big
No,
shout out.
Natter's crazy, man. Like I'll throw out a random question to him. Like, I mean, obviously it's what he knows, and he's been doing it forever. But I'll be like, damn, dude. Like, how many porta potties do we have like in lot 8, like on that south end? And he'll be like, well, we have 10 and 2 over here on this, and 10 and 2 on this one, and then but 16 and 8 on this one, and like, dude, he knows every single porta potty, every single shower, how many shower heads. Even today, like we were placing the shower trailers in our Lake El Dorado area, and I was like, wait, what is the size of these? Because I was trying to like lay them out, and he's like, well, that first one is 54 by 8, but it goes to 10, and the stairs come out 4 feet on here, but they need 8 feet on the back to load up and they need 6 feet this way for the walkway. And did it like, dude, he just like knows numbers, like just runs them off like in every single thing that's like out there, like, and I'm just like, dude, I'm glad you store all that info because I try to make it look pretty, and I try to make stuff cool out there, like. He does all the other the back end side of it, and yeah, but like it's such a beast out there that like
I mean, you have everything from like food, you have a barber shop, you have
A barber
store,
tattoo studio.
yeah, everything, man.
There's a tattoo studio out there now. Yeah.
And a lot of stuff used to be free. I don't know how that works anymore, but I mean,
Yeah.
it was,
It's not.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and guess.
Nah, it was
For a minute.
It was actually really cool, and I've been thinking about bringing it back. But we used to have like a local beauty school that would come out, and the girls would come out and just work for tips, and it was
Sure,
like
that's cool.
like a local school, And we talked about bringing it back this year, but this year we're going to be announcing that we have like a little salon thing where like people can make appointments and like do hair and makeup, like. All that kind of
Just
stuff.
to come
like,
back disheveled after the fucking whole day at Coachella,
Sure.
makeup all runny,
Yeah.
hair all fucking
What time
dirty.
does the show start?
noon or 1 p.m. or doors.
And then what time does it, doors are 12,
Doors are at like 12:1. Yeah.
What time does it end?
Like 12:1.
So you guys,
So-
you guys got them over there for
Yeah.
some hours. For
Yeah.
sure. Even
There's
in the
some people
morning.
that don't leave though. That don't.
They
leave
just
camping.
only go to camp. Can you hear? Obviously, I'm guessing you could hear it from where you're at.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
you
yeah.
could, so you could potentially just sit over there, just listen to whatever.
And I'm not saying
Yeah.
that they're not leaving because they can't, but they people
they
stay
might
there.
be incapacitated a
Yeah.
little bit, doing some
Right.
drugs. You know what I
Right.
mean? Partying.
And that's what's crazy is like it's only an estimate of how many people are out and camping. Like we park about 11,000 cars. Like
Sure, but how many people-
10,000 cars.
And you only
like,
have an estimate on who's
on
each
how many.
individual-
Yeah,
Sure.
because as long as you have a pass to the festival, you can be out and camping. So like, and then
So that doesn't
you know,
include the camps, the tents either. The tent side, or is it?
No.
You don't do tents?
No, we do.
Okay.
So yeah, that number doesn't include that. But we estimate that there's about anywhere from 35 to 45,000 people that camp.
just camping.
Just camping. Like possibly 50. We're trying to get to like 50 because the goal.
50,000 people not going to Coachella.
No. They're
just
going to
camping.
Coachella, but they're camping in our
okay,
campgrounds
all
with
right.
us.
So
And
what are
then
the people that are not camping doing?
The hotel.
Driving,
hotels,
hotels,
Airbnb,
Airbnbs,
yeah, driving.
For all 3 days.
all 3 days.
4
yeah.
days.
4 days. Well, yeah.
Well,
Friday,
no,
Saturday,
only
Sunday.
camping.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah.
Yeah.
So 3 days.
This is
Wait, don't they come in on Thursday?
The camping
Not-
only.
Yeah, camping only.
Oh, yeah,
on
that's what I'm
Thursday.
saying.
Yeah. But yeah. So if they got a
Johnny's so upset
if they
right
got,
now.
if they got a
I'm not-
hotel,
My mind's blown.
if they got like a hotel in Palm Springs, yeah, they're fucking waking up, coming in, driving, and then like getting back.
So all the
somehow
hotels
every
like
night.
in Yucca Valley right there are going wild.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Oh, has been for
dude,
years.
like the Motel 6 down the street. That's
$400 a night.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dude, we
you
stayed
go
at
right
a-
now, it's like $20 tonight.
Right.
Dog,
But like
stayed-
week up,
We stayed
yeah.
at a Super 8 with people on the fucking floor.
Sure.
Oh,
of
yeah.
course.
Yeah.
Like
They're
back in the
crazy.
day,
Yeah.
Like back in the day, there would be
Nasty
like
ass rooms, bro.
6 of us in a freaking Motel 6.
Trying to
like-
bring chicks, trying to bring your girlfriend. Like, you don't bring your girlfriend, dude.
Nah.
You fucking asshole. You brought your girlfriend. There's like 8 of us in the room.
Like, cool.
Yo, but we were in our 20s. In our defense, we were in our 20s.
No.
Like,
Cool. I get that. But
like
I'm just saying.
we can't fathom that right now in our 40s.
No,
'cause we're
I remember bringing someone over and we're on the
Right.
floor and she's like, "What on the floor? Shut up! You're here."
right. Yeah, you're at Coachella, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the floor.
Hey, bro.
Shut up.
Yeah. Hey, bro.
They don't hear. They're asleep. It's fine.
Yeah.
We got back to the room too late. We didn't get her bed. That's your fault, not mine. Your feet were hurting.
Yeah. No, but honestly, man, like I will say just again, like a lot of the other events that we've done across the country, like, you know, Coachella is by far one of those ones. Like, and we have a whole crew. So like myself and my wife that we've been talking about, Rita, like, you know, we own our company, but we also have like people that work with us on our crew. And so when we go work these other shows across the country, they go work with us too. And there's times where we'll get on site somewhere and they're like, why can't we do this or this or that? Like, you know, and I'm just like, this ain't Coachella. Like, this ain't Golden
Sure.
Voice, you know, like,
You don't have it like that here.
No, like, you know, like
Different beast.
even down to the catering, bro. Like, shout out to Shelly and Tada Catering, but like,
They
dude,
get down, bro.
dude,
Like,
donut walls, like all of us, everyone thinks like, oh man, like living out in the desert for 6 weeks, like I'm gonna fucking walk everywhere, I'm gonna lose so much weight. Yo, you gain
Eating like a king out there.
You gain every time because catering.
breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, every drink you can think of, every kind of cake and cookies,
It's just out there for
ice
you.
creams, everything, bro.
I wanna go right
they're
now.
dude,
Let's
they're
go.
working 24/7
Yeah.
just to make food, and they're making food for people that don't like either
This,
vegan,
don't
Yes.
like that.
vegetarians,
Yes.
everybody,
Yeah.
everybody.
Everything. Because
All meat burritos. Hey, they got that. All meat burritos.
all meat burritos. Yeah.
But it's crazy. They only have like, you know, the dinners and stuff, but you can go in there and get. And they also have like sugar-free shit for guys that
Sure,
can't
of
eat
course.
sugar. Everything. Dude.
Yeah, everything you can think
They've
of.
thought about
They-
everything.
Yeah, like, and I mean, and it's dope. Like you know. We're
And then when we
very
have
well
our
taken care
Kubotas,
of.
we have a ice chest full of waters.
Yeah.
So you're always when you drive one of those, you're supposed to have ice and water in your ice chest, and anyone can come and grab a water. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Just don't grab my Gatorades, bro.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
grab my Gatorades.
And then Santa was there when you were there, right?
Yeah. He's not there anymore?
So no, he's alive still.
Okay, cool.
Santa
Yeah,
Claus?
Santa, bro.
Yeah, dude, big old white guy, old man with a big beard, and he always used to wear like a Hawaiian shirt.
Yeah.
And he was a guy that would bring waters and ice to like when you were working somewhere, he'd bring, hey, you need some in there? Boom, boom.
Yeah.
Always.
He's like old school music head, old school Warped Tour dude. Like everyone that's a who's who in the industry like knows him, like knows Santa. He's awesome, man. Like just an all around really good dude. He lives out in the desert. He was diagnosed with cancer a few years ago, so he stopped going out. But he's doing pretty good. He kind of, you know, he still posts, you know, he's doing all right. But yeah, he used to roll around in his cart, which is really cool. Like this is the other cool side of like Coachella and stuff. Like there's a lot of old school dudes that were like big people in the music industry that, you know, they're not going to be stage managers anymore. They're not going to be doing all that same stuff. But like everyone at Golden Voice that knows all these old school dudes are like,
Find a
you want a
place.
job? Yeah,
That
like
dude has
come
a
work
job.
with us. Yeah. So like, you know, he'd be driving a little flatbed cart with, you know, ice and waters in the back, and he would roll up to you wherever you were working and be like, oh, you guys need some ice and water? Like, oh, Santa, heck yeah. You know, like,
I'll be your new Santa.
yeah, there you go.
I'll be your new
There
Santa.
you go. We even
Ice
had,
and waters, bro. Man.
Yeah,
All day.
100%.
there's actually like a really cool story about this dude, Richard, that you remember Richard, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah. So he used to be a homeless dude that hung out next to the Chain Reaction. And one of the guys that works over at Coachella that's been there forever just like met him, became friends with him and just started helping him out. Got him a job out there at Coachella and just like kind of doing like all the festival operation stuff. And he's not like, you know, big skilled carpenter or anything. He just kind of like had him doing little odd jobs here and there.
Yeah.
And dude, he became like one of the freaking most beloved members of the whole Golden Boys crew.
Hell yeah.
And he was just like this little old dude that like, you know, cruised around, helped everyone out. And then when Santa wasn't able to come back, you know, Richard was the new dude that like was cruising in the cart and like passing out the waters and like just an all around good dude. And yeah, not to bring down the party, but last
that's
year
a great
he
story.
passed away last year. I'm like, yeah, but
I was like, what do you mean? What's up bringing it down? Oh, he's dead.
No,
Okay, cool.
but there's they named a road. Yeah, there's a Richard Road now, so they
Hell
named a
yeah.
little road after him. You know.
Look, and the most important part of that story is that dude turned it around before he died. He didn't die homeless. He died
Yeah.
fucking the man at K-Rock. I mean,
Right.
the man at Coachella. You
Right.
know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
that's a good story.
But yeah, I mean, honestly, man, like overall, I would say like it's just like people that are wondering about like what Coachella is really like and all that different stuff. I mean, I will say just being from the inside, like the people that are really running it and doing all that, I mean, they actually do care about like that regular normal person that's going, right? Like I'll tell you
And
one.
it sounds like they care about the workers too.
No, absolutely, man. And I'll say like one last other little story that I like to tell. There was in one of our meetings that we were all talking about, there was some rumblings about the celebrities were complaining a little that they had to walk too far to the Uber lots. And one of our head bosses that was there that like runs it, right, was like, so what?
Fuck them.
Yeah. He was like, if our people, like the regular
Everybody else is
attendees,
walking.
has to walk twice as far as them, they can at least walk that little bit, you know?
Across the
And-
street.
Yeah.
yeah.
Across
and it's like,
the street.
But that right there solidified it for me on what Coachella is about. And all these people that like talk crap about like, oh, it's this and that. Oh, it's just all for the Kardashians or whatever. You know, it's like, nah, man, the people that like really started it, that are running it, like they actually really care about like the music, the art, and the people that are going to it, you know? And that's the kind of stuff that I feel like for us, like back in the day that we're at K-Rock, in the early days when we got there, it was like you felt that passion. Those people that were there that actually cared about the brand and what it was and what it meant to be a part of it. That's exactly like what Coachella is. And, you know, hopefully.
Yeah, speaking
we can
about
hang on to that.
Coachella and K-Rock, I'm glad that we were there still in the heyday. You know what I'm saying? Not coming after when the shit was all fucked up or gone, whatever. Coachella's still cracking, but, you know, but the heyday, man, where we got to do crazy shit
Yeah.
and, you know, go hang out with the Beastie Boys
Yeah.
and just do all kinds of fucking crazy shit, party our asses off and fucking, you know.
Yo, I will say though, like, I know we were saying that Coachella is a shit, but like, Stagecoach really is the party, bro.
No, I mean, I've
when
done
we
stage- yeah.
when we worked at K-Rock, all the Golden Voice people would be like, "Yo, I know Coachella is cool, but have you been to
Have you
Stagecoach?"
been here? Yeah.
And I'm like, "Nah, you know, it wasn't really a thing." And then when I started working it, I was like, "Dude, why did it take me so long to come to Stagecoach?" And now, like, I don't know if you guys seen the Stagecoach lineup for this year,
No.
but it's amazing.
Let's take a look.
And I'm just like, dude, like every year it gets better and
I
better.
think he's inviting us.
Yeah, totally.
I think
yeah.
he's invited.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
absolutely.
hearing.
Yeah. Shoot, it's probably harder to get into Stagecoach now than it is.
I
Damn.
think he's inviting us to that too. Shit. Thanks, bro.
Yeah, tent camping, bro.
Yeah,
We'll have
fuck
you
it.
have you run
Let's
some
rock and
fence
roll.
lines.
Hell
You know
yeah.
all the weaknesses in the fence lines.
I still have my maps.
right.
Yeah, I still have a map.
You
I
can call
thought it was like a
Batman.
country thing.
It is.
Right?
Well, what about Wiz Khalifa?
Right?
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you got to get people there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah, dude, I'm telling you, man. Like, it's always been pretty popular and pretty packed, but like now.
Because they always have crazy. I mean, I remember when I worked it. One of my favorite was being on stage with Los Lobos.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That was a dope ass shit. And
Yeah.
that shit, you would think like, you know, Mexican dudes out of East LA, like how many of these like quote unquote, you know,
Yeah.
white people are gonna dude, that shit was packed as
They
hell.
loved it.
Yeah.
Oh man, they loved the shit out of that.
Yeah.
And it was packed, dude. It was dope. It was really dope.
Well, I feel like that was kind of what's been, you know, Coachella's thing, and you know, Golden Boys, Stagecoach, all
Yeah.
that is like finding those artists that you're like, wait, does that fit? And then you're like there, just like losing your mind, you know.
You
And,
make
like,
it fit. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're there, you're when you're a fan of music, I find it that you're a fan of good music.
Yeah.
So you're gonna go. You're gonna, you know, if Wiz Khalifa's fucking performing, you're like, oh shit, rad.
Yeah.
I just saw fucking whoever, and now I'm gonna go see this guy for a minute. That's dope. And you get that little bit of a. I think it's really smart because you get that little bit of change in the day as opposed to just country,
Yeah.
And you get that little change there.
I know we're cutting close on your guys' usual time, but I will say, one other show that is like one of my favorites across the country. Well, used to be Life is Beautiful in Vegas.
Mm-hmm. That was cool.
That one was really cool. Yeah. But a few years ago, Rita and I started working.
Punk in the Park?
Yeah, Punk in the Park.
Yeah,
yeah, absolutely. Electric Forest, actually.
Electric Forest.
In Michigan.
What's Electric Forest?
It's a little more of like, EDM meets freaking string cheese incident.
Electric Forest
meets jam bands. Like it's a little all over the place.
Dude, my phone, I hate that it listens. I put it just
it just popped up. Yeah.
ELE and it's Electric Forest 2024. Like,
right.
Get the fuck out of here. Like that's the most likely thing that
somehow you already bought like 2 VIP tickets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For $2,000.
Right. No, but interestingly enough, it's actually one of the only festivals that's owned by both Live Nation and Golden Voice.
That's crazy.
So the two big heavy hitters in the festival world both have a piece of that one. But dude, it's freaking amazing, man. Like I can't say enough about it. Like not only is it like literally in the middle of the forest, like the stages, like you're walking through trees and all this stuff, but even just like the creativity of what they have there, the way they build it all out. There was they have this big area that they call the hangar. And like in the past, it was like all these different things that they would set up inside of the hangar. And last year they called it the Dream Emporium. And so like you like lined up and then you walked into like these random like tunnels. And it was just like the most like weird random shit like on the walls, like, kind of looked like the studio.
Sure.
And but like you walked in right into the middle and they had like these like dream guides or whatever, right?
Hell
and like you like walk up and you like talk to these people and they're like, oh, okay, like whatever, and they gave you this whole thing and they basically they were like send you into like these rooms that like offshoot into these things, and like you go into these rooms and there's just like
this is a music festival.
None of this shit is gonna make sense,
yeah.
Right? Because it sounds like you're explaining a freaking dream.
Yeah.
But like there was like one room you like walked in and it's like all sand on the ground and there's like a giant boat like a fucking yacht like in the middle of this whole tented space, right? And then like outside of that there was like this lazy river and you could like grab a tube and like sit on it and like float through this little lazy river like in this fucking tent, right? And then you like get out and it's okay, like crazy, and then you walk into the next room and there was like they had fucking lucha libres like in the corner, like in the back behind this like Mexican bar or whatever, right? Like, and then next to that, there was like this human car wash that they were calling it. And like, there was like these little like tricycles and bikes and stuff that you sit on. And then you go through like this car wash thing. And there's like bubbles and shit that like all kind of like get like flowing at you. And then there was like some dudes that we knew that were like, hey, there's like a secret room, So they give you like this like little special pin thing. Went in there and there's a fucking roller skating rink. And we're like, dude, what the hell? Like, and then you go to like this other room and it's like all like outer space, like you're in a spaceship with like these crazy like other things. Like, I don't know, man. You just like, for anyone that is listening that loves music festivals that wants to like experience
Electric
something cool,
Forest in Detroit,
go check out Electric Forest like in Michigan, like 'cause that one is crazy. And it's that's a good time.
That's coming from someone who knows a lot about festivals.
But it's also in the middle of nowhere, so you got to camp.
Aren't they all?
Or
I just want to know when we're going to LG's this year.
Oh, dude,
next week.
I already went, but let's do it again. Yeah.
What's LG's?
The best steak you'll ever have.
The steakhouse right there down the street from Coachella.
Ooh.
When you're feeling real bougie.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
$1,000 steaks or what?
$1,000 steaks, yeah,
Good Lord.
Fuck it.
Yeah.
You only live once, bro.
Nah,
hey, wait. This is from a guy who only eats logged meat burritos.
See, this is true.
It's a deal, though. It's $10 for a fucking all beef burrito.
I was just
But
saying.
it's $10 for a burrito with all kinds of other stuff too.
Yeah. Or just bring a tortilla, bro. You can
Yeah,
order a steak.
yeah.
Order a steak and then just like wrap it in it. Like,
Start buying that shit.
The Mexicans have started bringing tortillas to the Korean barbecue spot, so I believe that it can be done.
Oh, that's actually pretty genius.
Yeah.
It is. Duck rice paper. Tortillas, bro. Shit.
A rice paper.
Koreans are shaking their head like these motherfuckers, man.
Uh-huh.
You guys are ruining the sanctity of our fucking Korean barbecue spot.
There's one in
Smells
LA
like burnt
that actually
flour in
does
there.
it now. They do the tortillas and they serve
Really?
them. Yeah. And they do like other cuts.
I
so
want
they
them
do asada.
warm. I want them warm.
Oh yeah.
Don't bring me no.
Don't do that white people shit.
Yeah, don't bring me no
Microwave.
El Pollo Loco room temperature tortillas. you
Wait,
know?
wait.
There's
If you
nothing worse than that. Nothing.
If you want to talk like real fat guy stuff, so did I ever tell you about this? When like, have you guys been in Northwoods?
No.
Yeah.
No,
Grocery store?
no, like
Northwoods,
Northwoods Inn,
Northwoods
like
Inn,
it's like a Clearman's Northwoods Inn or whatever. It's like this restaurant. Like there's one right there off the 5 freeway,
It's
right?
like a steakhouse sort of.
It's like a it's like a fucking
Let's
like
hear
a,
it.
like an Applebee's.
It's like a Sizzlers of steakhouse.
Yeah,
All right.
Sizzler, Applebee's,
Yeah,
Chili's.
Chili's of steakhouse.
But it's like, its own little thing. Anyways, they got like this super bomb cheese bread, right?
Like
And
the
it's
Sizzler.
You like Sizzler?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like that.
But
like it's
better.
Big. Yeah, but better. Okay. And then they also have like this like blue cheese, like purple cabbage, like sauce stuff that you can like eat.
That they
with your
make in
cheese
front of
bread.
you there for
Yeah.
you.
It's super bomb, right? So anyways, one time we got the idea to go to In-N-Out and order like a, protein style, whatever, like burger where it's no bun. And then go to like Northwoods, order the cheese bread and the purple cabbage stuff, and then like make
Make
our
a
own
hamburger?
out of it.
Jesus
Yeah.
Dude.
How was it?
Oh, let's go right now.
There's one on the way home.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm saying. Pure fat guy stuff, mixing it up,
Well, speaking of fat guys, you can catch us every
All these
Tuesday
fat guys.
night
All these fat guys.
on the West Coast Pop Lock Podcast, live on Twitch, live on Facebook, live on YouTube, and then we're also streaming on iTunes and all Spotify's and all that bullshit whenever Mario gets around to it. He has no job, but whatever.
Oh man.
Oh, I heard about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he does. He has a job with you, Coachella, coming up pretty
Yeah.
soon. He's going to be out there doing this thing.
You know what, Steve? I'm living my dreams, and nothing's holding me back from being
Never.
at Coachella.
Never. You're
Not
also
even.
doing all kinds of good stuff with us.
Yeah.
April 6th and 7th, Santa Anita, they're having a carnival. We will be having Lucha Libre out there. We're going to have some cars, all kinds of cool shit. That's April 6th and 7th. $5 gets you in. And also April 27th, a new thing I've created. It's called Laughs and Lowriders, a comedy show with a lowrider show. Johnny will be performing, so come on out. $5 gets you
In the nude.
It's going to be dope. And a bunch of other guys. As soon as it gets closer, I'll be mentioning all the gentlemen that will be out there joining us, as well as Maria Sanchez, going to be out there singing some oldies, soldies. Johnny?
Soldies.
I got fucking nothing coming up. Well, I'm going to be at the Laughs and Lowriders. That's where I'll be at. Oh, you know what? I take that back. May the 4th, Saturday, May 4th, at Accidental Chaos in Hollywood. I have a show that night. Hopefully.
Because in the day
Wait,
he's going to
is
be at Michelada
I was
Rumble.
just gonna say, is
watching
there
Oh,
something
yeah,
else?
yeah, yeah.
Is there something else on May
Lucha
4th?
Libre and shit, hanging out. Michelada
that is
Rumble.
May
Is the Rumble gonna be a Star Wars theme this year? or
It
what?
is. I'm going to go as
Oh,
Chewbacca.
shit. Hell yeah.
Because someone said he rolls his R's. That's it.
May the chelas be with you.
So Michelada Rumble, it's, $25 pre-sale. We have Voodoo Glow Skulls, DJ Angie V, the Paranoias. It's Kentucky Derby Saturday, the biggest race in horse racing, folklorical dancing, lowrider show, lucha libre, and the top Michelada vendors in Southern California. Mario, I know you got some sad shit going on.
I always got some sad boy shit going down. This Saturday at Mao's Bar, come out for Depeche Mode night with Freddie Morales of Devotional, who'll be DJing and performing a couple songs, and DJ Dark Crystal from the Depeche
man.
Mode fan club Los Angeles chapter. So come out for that, and all for my Morrissey heads. Returning back to Mao's Bar is the Moss Disco happening on the 13th. So Smiths versus Depeche Mode night. That night.
Do people think that Morrissey's cooler than Dave Gahan?
I don't know. That's why it's versus.
Like he's way cooler than Morrissey.
I mean,
Hey, yo, I'm not walking out here with you because there's gonna be a bunch of Mexicans that are gonna beat your ass right now for saying that.
beat
And
that
we're also
ass,
going to be
Johnny.
announcing pretty soon the West Coast Pop Lock Podcast Laugh Fest. I don't know if that's what it's going to be called,
Sure,
but
we call something.
we'll have it's going to be at Mel's Bar, correct?
Yeah, Friday.
on a Friday night, we're going to have Johnny, of course, will be the main dude up there. And a couple other guys that we know will come on out and hang out. And
Get him.
yeah, this fucking laugh, dude.
For the Muy Funny Fest?
Yeah, life sucks, bro.
Super
Laugh.
funnies.
The Super Funnies.
Yeah, get away from me.
Funnies.
Chuck, what do you got going on besides Coachella? Anything crazy? Anything cool?
You know, we got a bunch of shows that we're working on that that hopefully we'll be at, you know. We'll be,
Where can I find you on the socials?
At Chuckadame, you know,
Yeah.
CHUCKADAME.
I'm sure he's super busy, but if you ever need any cool graphics, you can hit him up. Also, if you see him at Coachella, say hi.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if you
Well,
see him
I'll
at-
have to see what stories we come up with after. I know I was supposed to come back and report last year, see what happened to Mario.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm still alive.
Well,
apparently I didn't get invited to a lot of things, so hopefully, hopefully this year I get invited to at least one cool thing.
Get ready to be not invited to more things.
Yeah, I don't know if you invite him to Stagecoach or not, Stagecoach, but if you do, go, Mario. There's a really good root beer float.
Oh,
Okay.
you're
Root
right.
beer
You're
flash
right.
is bomb, dude.
But no, we don't invite him.
I
to
like-
Oh, you
no,
don't
no,
invite
no.
him?
I like root beer. I like root beer floats.
Dude, and it comes in like a commemorative tin and shit. Like, it's dope.
I
Just
am
for the
working
cup.
on it though. I am working on it though.
Just the cup, just
I
the
want to. Yeah. But yeah, I honestly think Stagecoach needs like a bigger like party out in camping. So we usually don't have the need for like big audio setup. But
Yeah, but you do if you're going to do some line dancing and shit,
you know what
right?
I'm saying? Yeah. So
I
Don't
can
break
push
my
buttons.
heart,
Yeah.
my achy, breaky
There you
heart.
go. Performing live.
Right. Johnny C and the Muy Funnies.
The muy funnies.
Thank you. We are out.
Goodbye.
The number one live show in the world, West Coast Pop Log Podcast. Coming to you from Pig Studios in Compton, California. Featuring radio personality Super Steve Flores. Comedian extraordinaire, that dude Johnny C. And Mr. I'll Do Anything for a Buck, Mario 81. So throw your dubs in the air and let's get